It's a beauty day. Fool on you, flooded New England and extremist in Michigan. Let's take a bike ride with Lions+Eagles. Also, the Hate Speech Express, and millions in support each month. Now the news. Or+Bust style.
And Jesus wept. An insidious plan by anti-government extremists is what Attorney General Eric Holder is calling the aims of the Hutari Christian Warrior Militia, out of Michigan, of course, with 9 members indicted for, well, a rather insidious plan, including charges of seditious conspiracy, attempted use of weapons of mass destruction, and teaching the use of explosive materials. These fine Christians plan to kill a Michigan cop, then ambush the funeral and kill many more. Sounds like a bad plot line from a Quentin Tarantino movie. Anyway, quote, preparing for the end-time battles to keep the testimony of Jesus Christ alive, end quote, is the group's mantra, so, by default, Christ is both a hippie and a cop killer. The group's leader, well, his son at least, Joshua Stone, was caught on Tuesday, a 21-year-old, quote, training for a battle with the Antichrist, who is, of course, Obama, according to their Bible, and who wants to take guns away from nuts who play in the woods with themselves, yet hate the way of the world. Other domestic terrorists in Richmond and Russia. Minority Whip Eric Cantor, Republican of Virginia, simply couldn't stand Democrats getting all the attention for death threats and racial slurs after passage of healthcare reform. So he first declared that his offices were shot at by gun-toting liberals. This was later debunked and reported by Richmond police to be random gunfire. Then Cantor decried Dems for announcing that they'd been threatened whatsoever, after, of course, he released press releases, which is always interesting. But this wasn't enough for Cantor, who looks like that suck-up in-law you wish would stop talking at Easter dinner. He's just a jackass. If you know Cantor and you watch that healthcare summit with Obama, Obama basically bitch-slapped him when Cantor said, aren't all of the regulations and all of this government stuff increasing the cost of goods sold? And Obama, brilliant, turned to him and said, sure, yeah, it increases the cost. Why don't we get rid of all the meat inspectors and the FDA? And Cantor had no comeback to that. Anyway, Cantor then launched another PR bonanza about Mr. Norman LeBoon of Philadelphia. What did LeBoon do? Sure, he threatened to kill Cantor and his family, but a month ago and on YouTube, the most sinister website for crotch kicks and poor talent in the world. Hell, our shit's even posted on YouTube, so how harmless is it? In news about real threats, subways in Russia were rocked by 2 suicide bombers on Monday and more explosions on Tuesday and Wednesday. With women, yes, women can kill too, detonating themselves 30 minutes apart in different Moscow stations. At least 39 were killed and 70 injured, with Chechen separatists claiming responsibility for one of the bombings, and Russia's PM+Putin promising the perpetrators will be destroyed. Wow, the world is really messed up. You know, it's such a beautiful day, and all this news is really dragging me down. Man, it's hard to do this. I'm sorry, folks.
News or Bust, proudly brought to you by Dave and Brad's Cock Powder. It's the original, now conveniently packaged for dipping.
Speaking of assured destruction, Russia and the U.S. have agreed in principle to dismantle more nukes. 1/3 of the most underused weapons since Pope Benedict's morals and Lady Gaga's real face will be destroyed, still leaving these 2 countries with 96% of the nukes on Earth. Don't worry, we can all still die like 1,550 times over until they're all gone. Equally destructive is Sarah Palin, the almost tell-all author, Fox News expert, soon to be $8 million Alaska tour guide for the Discovery Channel. Seriously, somebody's paying her $8 million to give us a tour of Alaska. Well, Palin's on the Tea Party Express, spreading hate speech across America. Yet another example of Palin's poor decision-making. This week she stopped in Arizona to extol the virtues of her former running mate John McCain. Yet fickle Tea Party members, 74% of whom lean Republican, really, and 77% voted McCain-Palin, now want to oust McCain from office for a much more extreme right-winger, some talk show douche. McCain will not cater to their every short-sighted racist view. So, you know, it kind of makes you want to vote for McCain, really, when you think about it, even though he's old. Anyway, next stop, Nevada, to slur Senate Speaker Harry Reid, then hopefully on to Yucca Mountain, where all toxic waste should go. See ya, Sarah. Man, this news is just killing me. You know what? I need a break. Let's go for a bike ride. Let's take a bike ride with our good friends, the Lions+Eagles. Fabulous band that broke up. I don't even know if they know if we're using their stuff. I know one member went Christian, got married. Another is on Lake Superior recording stuff.
Cash your check and live reminds you of your first
Whew. Boy, I feel better. Don't you? Nothing like a little exercise. It's good for depression, get the blood flowing, get that toxic Palin uck out of the body. Anyways, back to the news. What a week. Toking up may be legal soon. Remember to hold your breath real deep until you cough. But companies aren't changing their policies. A Walmart worker in Michigan, always Michigan this week, strange state, allowed to use medical marijuana for inoperable sinus cancer, was fired for flunking the piss test, saying afterward, and obviously high as a kite, "I want my job back. I thought I was part of the Walmart family." Dude, cut back on the weed, man. You're stoned. There's other jobs, maybe better ones. Sorry about the sinus cancer, though. Equally stoned is the ex-wife of LA Dodgers owner Frank McCourt, who is crying to the court that her lifestyle requires $1 million per month. That's right. Jamie+McCourt has personal assets worth $75 million, and the couple, soon to be ex-couple, owns 7 homes worth $65 million. But she's still suing Frank, owner of the Dodgers and worth $1.2 billion, for support. Poor Jamie. I got a date for you right here though, baby. Let's talk. That's the news, folks. Maybe we'll see you next week. Get out and have some fun. Take a walk, a bike ride. It's good for you. Come on, Stewie.